Now, Edo State faces twin crises of political volatility and insecurity as Governor Monday Okpebholo's administration struggles to tame kidnapping, cult violence, and communal unrest. A February 24 political gathering in Benin City was disrupted by gunfire, property destruction, and injuries, drawing warnings that Edo is drifting towards a dangerous no-opposition culture. Kidnapping along major highways persists. In December 2025, police rescued 11 of 18 passengers abducted on the Benin-Akure highway, a lifeline now synonymous with fear. While joint security operations have dismantled kidnapping camps and arrested suspects, the governor pledged stronger strategies for 2026. But critics argue promises have outpaced results. Local government elections scheduled for July 16, 2026 loom as another potential flashpoint. For ordinary residents, governance is measured not in policy documents, but in whether they can sleep safely and cast votes without fear. For an insider review of the situation in Edo State, political analyst Darlington Okpebholo-Ray joins us now from the United Kingdom. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. If you can hear me, Mr. Okpebholo, good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Newsday.
Yeah, thank you. Oh. Thank you. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly. Well, let's start by looking at one of the promises that Governor Okpebholo made when coming into office, saying that he was going to improve governance and security. From a political analyst standpoint, how would you rate or assess that promise in terms of implementation or, practicality in the state?
Security situation in Edo State, in particular, you know how it is in the whole country, in Nigeria. But in particular reference to Edo State, I would say in the past 2 years, it has been very, very terrible. And we have had a situation where a number of us from the state have been putting up personal efforts to ensure we support what we all call community policing, where we have different security networks in some of these regions or several districts in Edo State. For example, I know particularly that the people of Esan in Edo Central, they've been worse hit with this insecurity situation in the state. There is likely, I would say, there is no day. I make bold to say this. There is no day in Esan land that we don't experience kidnapping, killing, or raping. At times, even when ransom is paid, you will see. Of recent, just last week, we have a situation in Urumi where 2 people were kidnapped and they were taken to the bush. After some time, they asked the family to raise funds. Funds were gathered. 5 million was taken to them in the bush. This was coordinated by this group that is helping the government to fight insecurity in this land. They call them Esan Youth Awareness. And when ransom was paid to these criminals, they took the money and still killed the 2 victims. So it's very critical, it's very terrible situation we have in Esan land and of course the whole Edo State. And I also know the governor is trying his bit, he's trying to see what he can do. He's fighting them also, he's not resting in his horse. Just recently, this community vigilante group was, I learned, they told me that the governor donated a healers van to them just to also help them to go into the thick bushes where these criminals take our people to. But before then, we also have been supporting different organizations in NGOs in our community have been supporting. We supported them with a security drone, which cost us almost about 10 million naira. That we supported this Esan security network, which they call them Esan Awareness, Esan Youth Awareness Security Network. We have been supporting them, but I can tell you that the governor on his own is trying to see what he can do. He's not resting because no serious government will fold his arms and watch his security take over a state. He's trying on his own, but I must say that these people are also not resting. They come into different bushes in Esanland. As a matter of fact, the way they come in these days is alarming, because they come in their trailers with bike. They stop somewhere around Auchi. From there, they ride into the communities in Esan, different bushes. If you look at the whole of where they coming from is from Okene through Auchi, and their first port of call is Esanland, because you get to Edo Central before you can get to Edo South, where we have the Benin. So from there, they go into the bushes. From all the bushes we have in Esanland, from Ewato to Ewokimi, from Ewokimi to Ujogba, anywhere, any city, any community in Esanland, they've taken over the boot. You can't farm, you can't do anything. And what we are asking for is if we don't have the right to tell them not to live in our communities, but if they must live in our communities, they should come to the cities, they should come to the town and live with like normal human beings. Don't stay in the bushes, come to the town, pick our people, kidnap them, take them to the bushes. People cannot farm again, people cannot. And this has been going on. It's not just yesterday anyway, that been going on in the state, but it's just that it has come increasingly terrible. Even as much as the governor or the government of the day is trying to curb them, to fight them, they are still coming in. I think what we can do, like I've always said, is to encourage community policing. And that is what we are doing. That is what a lot of people from Edo State, with different associations and organizations across the world, they are doing to ensure that they curb this problem that is bedeviling the state.
Very good, Mr. Okpebholo. I'm glad you mentioned the issue of the geographical nature of this problem, which Edo State is a major link between Nigeria's northern and southern regions, with an influx of criminals coming in from like kidnappers and the likes, and of course many others using forests and bushes for their activities. But how is that affecting socioeconomic activities in the region? And you find a situation whereby it's not just indigenes of Edo, participating in this crime. They're coming in from different regions from the north as well. So how is that shaping efforts to curb this crime?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, like you rightly know, Edo State is more or less like a center of the country, where they don't just call us the heartbeat of the nation for nothing. You come in from, you want to go to anywhere in the south, you must go through Edo State, anywhere in the south. So the states that we have a land contiguity with, a state like Ondo, state like Ekiti, I mean, not Ekiti right now, Kogi State. These are the areas where they come in from. And once they come in, they go into our bushes. The economic implication is that we are not able to farm again. And look at these two people I told you that were kidnapped last week. They were taken from their bushes where they were farming in their farm. And from there, they took them into different locations. So they can move, for example, they can move from one local government one night in the bush to another. So if you have a community or a state that is largely dependent on agricultural economy or agroeconomy, and you see these people taking over their bushes and they are not able to go to farm, definitely it's going to have a very devastating impact on the economy of the state. But by and large, we have seen what we can call an encouraging effort from the government, especially when it comes to equipping these security networks around the state that are doing it. Like I said, the only solution I continue to insist is community policing, where everybody, every community will take it. Recently, I saw on your station where one man from what's his name again, Blessy Agbonare, one APC leader, went into the bush with gun and with some security people trying to chase them out. The truth is that we really do not have anything to do. We have our future, our state in our hands, and we must save our state. Like, as in as much as we cannot stop people from coming into Edo State, we should be able to, as a matter of importance, stem the tide of that insecurity, stem the tide of kidnapping, killing, and raping of our people in the state. Because if you are afraid to go to farm for it, no matter how much the government put into farming, no matter how much investment the government of the day put into farming, if you are not able to go to farm, there is no big, everything will just go under the bridge. Now, if you are able to go to farm and make your produce, and you are bringing them to town, to the cities for okay, this is what we encourage: more business booming and more economic vibrancy in the state. But if you are not able to go to farm because of fear of being kidnapped, it means the economy definitely is going to suffer in that aspect. Like I said, Edo State is a state which has why are they even coming to Edo State in the first place? You look at a state that is blessed, that is green, that is blessed with farming, everything that you want. They bring their cows, they bring their cattle to the state to feed them. But if you are doing all these things, all this economic aspect of it, and you are benefiting from the state, why do you want to make the state unbearable for the people? Why are you killing people? Why are you stealing, robbing? Why are you kidnapping? And it has become, the problem is that it has become a business in the state. And more so, we also understand, investigation we have done, we found out that they do this successfully, a connivance with the people in the community. So it's not okay for someone to just come from the north. For example, somebody cannot just come from Nasarawa State or Taraba and come into Edo State and have access to everywhere without having an insider. So we have also found out that people that are living in these communities, they are the ones that collaborate with them, that give information out to these people to operate. So we are also working with the security networks around our communities, looking out for these people who are collaborating with these criminals to maim and kidnap our people. So that is another aspect, another area we are tackling it from.
All right, Mr. Ray, thank you for your thoughts on this issue. I would have loved to hear your thoughts on the Blessing Agbomere case that you mentioned earlier. If it's okay for citizens to now take laws into their own hands and go into the bush to, protect themselves. But we are out of time now. We'd like to thank you for your thoughts on this issue. Political analyst Darlington Okpebolo Ray, thank you for your time.